Wait, please, Your Lordship. Item number 40, my lord, 40. It listed for orders. It ought to have been for motion. May I pray, my lord, the matter be taken up on 16th or 17th for motion? Today I'm not insisting, my lord.
Item
16,
40,
40.
on the request of, item 40 is a contempt case.
It's a motion matter.
Oh, contempt, there is no motion. It comes for orders.
All right.
Notice has
Then,
not
then
finished.
the matter be there.
Yes, yes.
Notice.
Item number 23, 22, 23, and 55.
Hmm.
And I pray for 1 week's time to file an affidavit. I've taken the consent on the other side. Let it be posted after 2 weeks, man. In the meantime, I will file my affidavit.
What are the items 22?
22, 23, and 55. Same petition or different work contract. Non-payment of contractual bill.
These are bench for,
Otherwise, my lord, bench for it.
and 55, is it?
And 55.
22, 23 and 55, you're right, with the consent of the learned counsel for the petitioner, Mr. B. Gogoi, learned SC PWD prays for 2 weeks time to file affidavit. So if the prayer is not opposed, same stands allowed. Register to verify whether this matter pertains to civil bench 4/5 and list the matter before the appropriate bench after 2 weeks. Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship?
Yes.
My lord, I beg to mention item number 5, Lordship. I may please be allowed to withdraw this writ petition
Mr.
with
Arshad
liberty.
prays for leave of this court to withdraw this writ petition with liberty to file afresh after rectifying the defect therein. Prayer allowed. This writ petition stands disposed of on withdrawal with liberty as paid for. Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship? For item number 50, Lordship, the Lordship may not take up the matter and fix the
Item
matter
number?
in another bench. 50,
50.
yes, Lordship.
50 list before another courts. Item 50, 50
Yes,
for
Lordship.
motion.
Daily list.
Why?
Yes, motion.
What is wrong with 50?
So, Lordship, my senior is J. Roy.
He is appearing in item 50.
Yes,
All right.
in the no, not supplementary. It's
Oh, you come
daily
prepared. We'll see.
daily list, Lordship.
What daily list? There is no item 50 in daily list.
No,
What is he saying? I don't understand.
May I please?
Hmm.
May I
Yes,
please,
yes.
Your Lordship? My lord, item number 31, my lord, we have filed an additional affidavit today, my lord. Matter will be taken in next week along with this affidavit, my lord.
Mr. Item number
31, my lord.
31, Mr. So-and-so learned counsel for the petitioner submits that an additional affidavit has been filed in this case. A.H. Sharma Chaudhary, huh? In this case, on behalf of the petitioner, which is not on record. As such, a request has been made to post the matter again after a week along with the additional affidavit. Since the prayer is not opposed, same stands allowed. List the matter accordingly. Item 31. Yes.
Yeah, please, Your Lordship. Item number 3, Your Lordship. Similar other matters are fixed on 22nd of August. With the consent of the other side, I will mention it may be taken.
You are appearing for whom?
I am preparing for the petitioner on D. Saraf.
It is submitted at the bar that similar matters are listed before this court, posted before this court on
On 22nd of August.
22/8/2023, and therefore this matter be tagged along with those cases. Those are also for motion.
Yes, sir.
Those are also for motion.
Yes, sir.
Register to verify and list this matter along with WPC number
3260/22, Your Honor, and 1847/23.
register number.
So, my lord, the petitioner in one of the case, for the board of directors, they could not hold the
Which case? Which case?
new case, but I want to get it listed on 16th. my lord. It's very urgent. On 17th, the nomination is there. my lord.
All right.
May I please, Your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 39. Lordship, in this matter, I have filed affidavit in opposition on behalf of respondent number 1, 2, and 3. Lordship, may I permit to bring it on record
Today,
today,
not
Lordship?
possible. We'll have it listed along with the item number
Item number 39.
39. You are appearing for whom?
I am 1, 2, and 3 from Indian Oil Corporation, Bongaigaon Refinery.
You have filed counter affidavit.
No, Lordship,
Then?
yes, Lordship. Affidavit in opposition, Lordship.
And who is for the petitioner?
Be Mia, I have not informed, Lordship.
Then you come
Okay.
inform her.
Okay.
Then we'll post it accordingly by
Okay.
asking her to file rejoinder. Yes. Yes.
Lordship, listing of two repetition, Lordship.
Hmm.
On the Friday, Lordship, acquisition of land, Lordship,
Admission.
admission.
Why?
Lordship,
What are the matters?
Lordship, acquisition of land by IGGL, Lordship, laying a pipeline, laying
All
pipeline.
right, yes.
May I please, your lordship? Lord, I beg to mention item number 56 of supplementary list, my lord.
Hmm.
That, my lord, in this case, steps are not completed in respect of.
What do you want?
My lord, the name of the restaurant number 6 should be strike off, my lord, because I have taken 3 times steps, my lord, but
That we'll see when the matter is called up. We'll be present. Yes. Yes, next matter.
May please, Lordship, I beg to mention item number 4, Lordship, we are withdrawing it, Lordship, with the liberty to approach the alternative remedy under the Act.
Mr. BP Bora, learned counsel for the petitioner seeks leave of this court to withdraw this writ petition with liberty to avail alternative remedy as may be available to his client under the law. The prayer is not opposed by the respondent's counsel. As such, the writ petition stands disposed of on withdrawal with liberty as prayed for. You are appearing?
For the respondents, my lord.
Acha, Mr.
M. Smith. my lord.
M. Smith, learned counsel for the respondents is present. And then comes it was prayer is not opposed, etc. Yes.
I beg your pardon, Lordship. Our item number is 34, Lordship.
Then why did you say 50?
So my mistake, Lordship.
34, list this case before any other bench without me, my name in the bracket.
Apologize, Lordship.
May I please, your Lordship, I beg to mention item number 24
Yes,
for adjournment, Lordship.
you are for whom?
I have a petitioner.
Adjournment for how long?
Any day,
As
Lordship.
prayed for by learned counsel for the writ petitioner, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks. List accordingly, yes.
May I please, your Lordship?
Yes.
So I pray for listing of a matter, Lordship. Any
What?
date, 16 or 17, Lordship.
No, why 16 and 17? What matter?
It's admission matter.
16th of September. You cannot suddenly come and ask for a listing day after tomorrow. 16th of September.
May I
This
please,
is a
lordship?
penalty for your irresponsible mentioning.
May I please,
Yes.
lordship? Lordship, I beg to mention for listing up of 2 matters, lordship. Matters relating to recovery and other relating to non-payment of retirement benefits.
Go to the correct bench, retirement benefit bench 3.
Thanks.
Yes.
Obliged, lordship.
Daily list for motion item 1.
May I please, your lordship? In this case, your lordship, honorable court directed to file an additional interlocutory application for implicate the party of, that is finance department, your lordship. And accordingly, last Friday, lordship, we have filed an interlocutory application. Perhaps your lordship record may not be take with the original.
All right, Mr.
SI Akoni.
S.A. Akan, counsel for the petitioner submits that in terms of the order dated 36/2023 passed by this court, the petitioner has filed an interlocutory application on
Last 11/8.
on 11/8/2023, but same has not been tagged with the record of this case.
Serial number.
Registered to verify and list the writ petition along with the IA. Ms. S. Borwal and the government advocate Assam is present on behalf of the state. Yes.
Obliged, your lordship.
Item 2.
Yes.
So I'm coming against the annual general meeting of a cooperative society, Lordship. So what happened in the annual general meeting, election was held, Lordship, in the there are numerous illegalities took place. We have filed a petition. On the basis of our application, and an inquiry was conducted, Lordship. After inquiry, Lordship, based on the inquiry report, hearing was took place, but while passing the impugned order, Lordship, even the inquiry report has not taken into consideration. Lordship will find
This
this.
matter of 2000, June 2006. When did you file this writ petition? Do you have instructions, Mr. Borwal?
It is January.
Lordship, I have received the instructions.
Hmm.
Now, your lordship, as per my instructions, there were no illegalities in that particular AGM, your lordship. And moreover, the order which has been passed by the Register of Cooperative Society against the appeal, which the petitioners have filed. Now, as per the provisions of the 2019 election rules, some cooperative election rules, they need to place the grievance within 3 days from the date of election. Now, here the petitioner have filed their representation after 11 days, and that is the reason why that appeal has been dismissed, your lordship.
Lordship, that provision is not, it is a directory provision, Lordship.
Which order you are challenging?
Lordship, page 67, Lordship.
We'll issue notice, that's all. At this stage. Heard Mr. Yu Datta, learned counsel for the writ petitioners. Writ petitioner, first up. Assailing the order dated 3/1/2023 passed by the Register of Cooperative Societies, rejecting the appeal preferred by the petitioner. The instant writ petition has been filed. By referring to the impugned order, Mr. Datta submits that his appeal, his client's appeal was rejected merely because the same was filed as the representation was, the appeal was preferred after 11 days of the election. But according to the learned counsel for the petitioner, the requirement of submitting the appeal within 3 days as per section 27 of the Assam Cooperative Societies Election Rule 2019 is directory in nature, and therefore the appeal ought not to have been dismissed merely on that ground without entering into the merit of the case. Mr. Bordole, there is standing counsel Corporation Department Assam Police for 6 weeks time to obtain instruction and file affidavit. In view of the above, NOM 6 weeks, you have for all the respondents.
For 1 to 4, Your Lordship, 5 is the secretary.
Since Mr. Bordole has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers 1 to 4, no formal notice is required to be sent to said respondent. Extra copies. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 5 and
Only 5.
only 5 by registered post with AD. Yes.
Obliged.
Like.
Item 6.
May I please the lordship?
Yes.
The matter pertains to inaction of registered Kazi lordship. Here the petitioner divorce got made with the respondent number 4 on 10 October 2016. Lordship,
So this is a civil bench 2 matter, it's written.
Lordship, kindly see the office note, lordship. I have been. Lordship, after their marriage, they have lived together peacefully, but out of their wedlock, one female child was born. Then much differences were created and dispute arose between the petitioner and the respondent number 4. Then the wife of the petitioner, this respondent number 4, went to the his parental house in 2018. Lordship, thereafter she has not come back to the house of the petitioner. Thereby, village settlement also took place, but nothing has happened. Therefore, the petitioner decided to divorce the petitioner, respondent number 4 on decided the petitioner to divorce the petitioner, and on 24/2/2023, 19/4/2023, 22.
So your application dated 24/2/2023 has not been acted upon.
Yes, lordship.
That is your grievance.
Yes, lordship.
You'll have to issue notice.
Lordship,
Yes.
this only we have to only limited grievances, lordship, only to issue the direction to the registered Kazi to act upon the application.
That will do after the private respondent is served. It cannot be
Yes,
done.
Lord.
Yes. But Mr. Your name, please?
R. Islam.
R. Islam, when a counsel appearing for the petitioner, reduce the amendments made in the writ petition. The primary relief sought by the petitioner is for issuance of a direction upon the respondent number
He is the registered Kazi.
3, that is the registered Qazi. That is the Qazi and Register of Muslim Marriage and Divorce to take action on the application dated 24/2/2023 submitted by the petitioner after the 3rd talaq, with a request to dissolve his marriage with the respondent number 4. First up, Ms. S. Borwa, learned standing counsel, government advocate, Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue, and Ms. S. Borwa, learned G. Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers 1 and 2 respectively, have prayed for. Yeah, who is for 3?
I am for 2 and 3.
Acha, 2 and 3 respectively have prayed for some time to obtain instruction. Around 6 weeks, extra copies, then steps were registered post on 4th. Tendency of this writ petition shall not be a bar for the respondents to take appropriate action in the matter in accordance with law, also advised.
Obliged.
Item 7.
Matter pertains to non-payment of adequate compensation. Also, it is
Non-payment of?
adequate compensation. It is land acquired by the Union of India and the NSPC and the Arunachal Pradesh,
All right.
state of
Notice-
Arunachal
notice
Pradesh.
has to go.
Notice as to lordship.
And Mr. D. Chetri, learned counsel for the writ petitioner.
7.
Oh, agreed by non-payment of
Adequate compensation.
fair compensation for acquiring the land of the petitioner. He has approached this court by filing the instant writ petition. Issue notice returnable in 6 weeks. Mr. R. K. D. Chaudhary, learned DSUI, has accepted notice for respondent number 1, and Mr. Arun Chandra, learned government advocate Assam, for government advocate state of Arunachal Pradesh for respondent numbers 2 and 5. As such, no formal notice is required to be sent to the state respondent, extra copies, etc., etc. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respondent numbers 3 and 4.
No, wait.
There is another matter pending.
Yes, yes.
What's
Many
it?
matters are-
Huh?
Say every matter is pending.
List this case along with WPC number.
I'll give the number.
Then don't
Okay.
write it.
Much obliged.
You should have come prepared with that.
Yes, yes.
Don't write this to me.
Wait, please, your lordship.
My lord, in this matter, in terms of your lordship's order, my lord, a board has been constituted and a report, my lord. And she has been examined on Friday, my lord. And
On 11th, lordship.
So they have opined that it can be done.
Yes, lordship.
Let them go ahead then without wasting further time.
yes, my lord, without
By
wasting
by
time.
adopting all care and caution.
Yes,
And
extra
after
care has to
obtaining
be,
her consent on the risk factor.
yes, my lord.
She
Extra
has to
care
give her consent.
and extra care has to be taken, my
Yes.
lord.
Yes. Heard Ms. D. Chaudhary, learned legal aid counsel appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. D.P. Bora, learned standing counsel, Health and Family Welfare Department appearing for the respondents. In terms of the order dated 7/8/2023 passed by this court, a medical board was constituted and the said board had examined the condition of the petitioner. Full stop. The opinion of the board dated 11, the said board had examined the petitioner on
8/8,
8/8 or 11/8?
11/8, lordship.
On
or
11/8.
11/8, sorry, my lord. Order was of 8/8.
And rendered its opinion. According to the opinion dated 11/8/2023, the pregnancy of petitioner is 21 weeks, 2 days. And the doctors have opined that her pregnancy can be terminated with more than average surgical risk after average surgical risk. The opinion clearly reveals that medically, it is possible to terminate the pregnancy of the petitioner who has conceived due to termination of pregnancy of the petitioner who is a rape victim. If that be so, this court is of the opinion that necessary steps for medical termination of the pregnancy of the petitioner should be initiated forthwith after adopting adequate care and caution in the matter. In doing so, the petitioner's consent be also obtained in writing, whereafter the necessary surgery be performed without any further delay. The petitioner to render necessary cooperation in that regard. With the above observation, this writ petition stands disposed of by retaining a copy of the opinion dated 11/8/2023 of the medical board. In the record of this case, Mr. D.P. Bora be furnished with a copy of this order during the course of the day. Writ petition can be disposed of. Huh? Ms. S. Burwal and Government Advocate Assam is present on behalf of responding number 3 and 4. And you are for 1 and 2.
Yes, my lord.
DP Bora for 1 and 2.
Much obliged.
Obliged. Okay.
Lordship petitioner, before your lordship completed her BDS course from lordship one of the Dental College, Bangalore, and thereafter she obtained her registration certificate from the Karnataka Dental Council, State Dental Council, lordship.
Agreed due to inaction on the part of the respondents in considering the application for transfer oblique registration of the petitioner as a dentist in the state of Assam.
Right.
The instant writ petition has been filed. I have perused the amendments made in the writ petition. Mr. DP Bora, Learned Standing Council, Health and Family Welfare Department, Assam.
All the
Appearing for
respondents.
respondent numbers 1, 2, and 3, prays for some time to obtain instruction. How much time?
My lord, 3 weeks time, my lord.
3 weeks time to obtain instruction. In view of the above, NOM 3 weeks. Since he has appeared for all the responding, no formal notice, extra copy. That's all.
Obliged.
May it please your lordship.
My lord, the petitioner challenged the notice which is at annexure 1, page 16. Purported to be issued under section 3 of Karbi Anglong District Trading by Non-Tribal Regulation 1953. My lord, some penalty sought to be imposed upon the petitioners who are resides and their shop and establishments are not within Karbi Anglong, but within the district of Nagaon. At this stage, my lord, notice may be issued, my lord.
Notice.
My lord.
My lord, lordship will look into 52, my lord, they have not, they should make the party that they are taking that they are doing the business under the Kothiatoli Anchalik Panchayat. But whether they are doing the business under the Kothiatoli Anchalik Panchayat or the under the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, that should be made a party, my lord. Page 52, they are saying that,
That is up to them, but we'll record your objection.
my lord, my lord.
Kothiatoli Anchalik Panchayat.
Panchayat should be made a party, my lord.
All right.
Otherwise, my lord, otherwise, my lord, we are claiming that
we
they are
have to
doing
amend
business
the
in our
entire
territory. They are saying that they are doing the business under the Kothiatoli Anchalik Panchayat. That is the point, my lord. That has to be decided, my lord.
It's a
And-
sharp point for now.
And another point, my lord, they have submitted, it can be disposed of there. We have already issued notice, my lord. There is a provision of appeal also there. They can submit the, my lord, statements that they are doing business and submit all the documents before the authority, my lord. And authority till then, my lord, will not take any
My
coercive
lord,
action.
my lord, it is
It
the
can be
tax
disposed of.
superintendent for which Mr.
No,
B.
my lord.
Gogoi is appearing, my lord.
They are the
Let
commissioner
him
of
take
taxes.
instruction, my
My
lord.
lord, we are issuing a notice, my lord, under the paragraph 10 of the 6 schedule, we have the power to make law. Accordingly, we have enacted the law, my lord. And in their provisions, we have issued the, my lord, notice, my lord, not by the government, my lord.
So he wants notice of motion to
My
be
lord,
issued.
my lord, my
We'll do it, heard Mr. G. Bhushana, counsel for the writ petitioners assailing the notice dated 5/4/2023.
My lord.
Alleging willful violation of section 3 of the Karbi Anglong district trading by non-tribal close regulation 1953. The petitioners have approached this court internally contending that they have obtained trade license from the competent authority,
My-
namely the Kothiatal Anchalik Panchayat, and therefore the impugned notice is unsustainable in the eye of law. Mr. J. Chutia Learned SC KAC submits that there is a provision of appeal and therefore this writ petition be disposed of by directing the petitioners to avail alternative remedy. It is also the submission of Mr. Chutia that the writ petition is not maintainable due to absence of Kothiatoli Anchalik Panchayat as a party to this proceeding. Mr. B. Gogoi Learned Standing Council, sales tax and what is it?
My
Yeah.
lord, It is my superintendent practice.
Superintendent taxes
Commissioner tax.
appraised for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Minimum 4 weeks since Mr. Who is for whom?
I put 1 and 3.
Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respondent numbers 1 and 6. Mr. J. Chutia for.
2 and 4, my lord.
2 and 4. And Mr.
Three.
B. Gogoi for respondent numbers 3 and 5.
5 to 9. 5, there is no 5, my lord. Let's look into 5. Deputy Commissioner of Taxes, Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. There is no Deputy Commissioner of Taxes in Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council.
And respondent number 3. No, because it is submitted that the respondent number 5 is non-existent, since there is no Deputy Commissioner of Taxes for Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. As such, on the request of Mr. Chutia, the name of the respondent number 5 is hereby struck off from the array of parties. Times of entry, as such, service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the Learned Department Council. The question of maintainability of the writ petition is kept open and shall be gone into at this stage of admission.
Obliged.
And may I beg, Lords?
Yes.
My lord, the petitioner before lordship had filed an election petition before the district judge at Silchar, my lord, challenging the election of the elected ward commissioner of Sonai Municipality Board, my lord. While filing that election petition, my lord, there was a delay of 111 days, my lord. Accordingly, the petitioner filed a miscellaneous application along with the election petition for condonation of delay. But that delay has not been, my lord, condoned
Is
by.
it permissible to condone delay?
There is a provision which it has to be filed within 60 days, my lord. And there is no provision since it's a special
Election
statute.
petitions are, if limitation is gone, means it's over. That's the law.
45 days. So 45, not 60.
Whatever, 45 or 65, 60 or.
Actually, my lord, election petition has to be moved before the district judge within 21 days. So for the 16, section 16 of the Assam Municipality Act 1956 is concerned. While filing that, my lord, it was a delay of 111 days. And the reasons of delay have also.
You get one chance to examine the law, otherwise I'll dismiss the writ petition. There is nothing in it. 112 days, how, who can condone the delay? Where is the power to condone delay?
In fact, your lordship has in one of the matters I've held, my lord.
Yeah.
There was 1 day more, my lord. Then also, my lord, without going to that question.
Even 1 hour's delay cannot be condoned.
The lordship.
Huh?
As your lordship wishes.
You got the judgment.
No, my lord. I'll place the next day, my lord. I was out of
You
station.
will
I had
get it
come to-
on Monday, 21st August.
Right.
Mr. A. Talukdar, Learned Counsel for the petitioner, also had Mr. R. Dubey, Learned Standing Counsel, State Election Commission, who submits that there is a decision of this court according to which even 1 day's delay in presenting an election petition cannot be condoned. Therefore, this matter be posted again on 21/8/2023 so as to enable him to place the judgment. In view of this matter be listed again for motion on 21/8.
Obliged, my lord. Grievances of the petitioner is lordship for not granting mutation in respect of the particular.
These are notified services.
Yes, notified service.
Then
My lord, page 20.
why don't you approach the authority?
My lord, I have approached the authority and thereafter appeal was filed, that is lordship before.
Why they are not granting mutation? Huh?
Additional deputy commission.
That's what he's saying. It is pending. But why is it pending?
My lord, page 28, if your lordship kindly come. The reason of for not granting meter.
No, Ms. Bodoli, why his application has not been acted upon?
He would be able to reply to it.
I had to take instructions. Yes.
Then we'll have it after for motion after 2 weeks. You obtain instruction. Heard
Lodge.
Mr. M. Khan and counsel for the petitioner. The grievance of the petitioner is that his application for grant of mutation over the purchased land has not been granted by the district administration till today, by the concerned additional deputy commissioner Kamrup till today. without any valid reason, full stop. Considering the nature of grievance expressed and the admission of the fact that the application for mutation submitted by the petitioner is still pending before the additional Deputy Commissioner Kamru, this matter is directed to be listed again after 2 weeks for motion so as to enable Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate Assam, to obtain instructions facilitating disposal of the petition. One extra copy each be furnished to Mr. Goswami and Ms. N. Bordole, Learned Government Advocate, as well as Learned Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, so as to enable them to obtain instruction.
Item 13.
N. Goswami, Government Advocate, N. Bordole, Revenue, any detail, yes.
May I please, ma'am? Madam, the case is that my mother's land was taken by the respondents, acquired by the respondents to establish a primary school and Anganwadi center, and till date, they have not compensated me.
Will issue notice.
Yes, my lord.
You are Mr.
P.K. Bora.
Mr. P.K. Bora, Learned Counsel for the petitioner. The grievance of the petitioner is that the land of the petitioner's mother was taken by the authorities for establishing a primary school. But till today, no compensation for the land has been paid to them. Hence this petition. Ms. N. Bordole, Learned
For 1 and 4, Your Lordship.
Standing Council, Revenue Department, Assam, has appeared in accepted notice. Issue notice of motion available for 6, in 6 weeks. So and so has accepted notice on behalf of respond numbers,
1 and 4.
not 2.
No. Do is social. Oh, sorry, Your Lordship. 2 and 4. 2 and 4.
I have 1, 3, 5 and 6 lots.
Goswami, G. Assam for respond numbers 1, 3,
5 and 6.
5 and 6, and Ms. N. Bordole, Standing Council, Revenue, for respond numbers 2 and respond number 2
And 4.
and 4.
Also
Education also you have it. And respond number 4. As such, service of notice is deemed incomplete in this case. The respondents counsel to obtain instruction and file affidavit on or before the returnable.
No problem.
Yes.
Item 14.
Please, Your Lordship. Lordship, I've come against the impugn order, which is page 287. Lordship, there's a big history behind this order, and this order suffers from all the vices conceivable under the law. Lordship, what had happened, we were supplying new PVC pipes to the PHE department. Bills, of course, was not paid. And we were MSME units, so we were also entitled to interest under the MSMED Act. So we filed a writ. This honorable court passed an order saying that the representation which we filed before the authorities would be considered for making payment. And not only me, there were a number of writ petitions which were filed on discount, Lordship, because no one was paid. And then even after that order, nothing was done. So we came up in contempt along with others. Now the PHE department picks and chooses a few persons.
So your request for payment of interest as an MSME unit has been rejected.
Has been rejected by this order rejected. He even denies my MSME status. This order actually is passed pursuant to the contempt which I filed against him. Basically to save his claim.
All right, so right now you are
I
seeking a
want to
notice.
notice. I
You
want
will
to
do it.
notice.
There is no need to go to the history.
No, Lordship. Only thing, Lordship, the pendency of this writ will not be a bar. If they are kind enough to release my money, I am almost on the.
You expect kindness from them.
I don't, Lordship. I don't.
My lord, kindness
It's-
was to the extent, my lord, out of 19 this type of petitioner, one person, his principal amount was 1 crore, he got 10 crores against the
Why?
as interest. my
So
lord.
why? Why
There is
was
some
that?
systemic error in our office might be. There is a BIO inquiry going on.
It's over.
So-
Lordship, that's incorrect. It's
That
over.
I will have.
Final report has
That I
been
will place
filed,
on
to my
affidavit.
knowledge.
That I will place on affidavit. my lord.
So,
Let notice go, my lord.
Let notice go, pleadings be brought on record.
My-
that
Yes,
we-
Lordship, a short date. We have
Yes,
suffered.
yes, not beyond 8 weeks.
Lordship?
8 weeks. That's a
No.
short date.
Lot 8 weeks is not a short date.
No, these matters will have to be examined.
There are 2 other speaking orders we have already issued.
4 weeks, Lordship, I think it's fair enough.
No, what happens is then it goes to 12 weeks because he'll ask for time.
Then Lordship 6 weeks.
Mm.
No, he is very efficient. Lordship.
He is, but he is dependent on his departmental machinery. Or Ms. Ahmad Anika, learned senior counsel, registered by Mr. D. Khan, learned counsel appearing for the petitioner, assailing the order dated 27/4/2023, speaking order dated 27/4/2023, issued by the Chief Engineer, Public Health Engineering, Chief Engineer, PHE Bracketwell Water, Assam, rejecting the claim of the petitioner for payment of interest by treating it as an MSME unit. The instant writ petition has been filed, inter alia contending that the interim order is vitiated by complete arbitrariness and non-application of mine. First of Mr. P. N. Goswami, learned additional AG Assam, has appeared for respond number.
1, 3, 4 and 5.
1, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 weeks time to
2 also on the government advocate.
obtain instruction to file affidavit. In view of the above, NOM 6 weeks since Mr. Goswami has accepted notice for respond numbers 1, 3, 4 and 5 and Mr. B. Gogoi, learned SC Finance for respond number 2, service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copy of the
The issue of maintainability may be kept up, since my lord, dispute has been raised by the department itself. So my lord, waited for 26.
that will always be open. Admission, service is complete, extra copies, etc., etc. Let this matter be listed for admission after 6 weeks.
Obliged.
Yes, who is appearing in this case?
Yeah, please, your lordship. My lord, the petitioner come before this honorable court, my lord. Only, my lord, he purchased a plot of land, my lord, patta land. And my lord, he is praying, my lord, before the deputy commissioner by filing a representation to, my lord, construct the boundary wall only, my lord. Only boundary wall.
You obtained permission. Have
From
you
the-
obtained permission? Yes.
Permission, my lord, he applied, my lord. That is not considered. My lord, he
Then
made an application.
Without
my
a
lord.
permission, how can you construct?
My lord, no houses, nothing, my lord, only the boundary wall.
Without a permission, how can you construct the wall?
My lord, permission, my lord, that is the deputy commissioner, he is the authority, my lord.
I'm not
To
asking
provide-
who is the authority. I'm asking without permission, can
He
you,
applied, but not, my lord, given. My lord.
then you come up with that. Otherwise,
My lord,
what is the order you are seeking here? To allow you to construct boundary wall.
allow, my lord, as per, my lord,
Prayer of
page-
Mr. S.
page
Ahmed,
22, my lord.
matter stands adjourned for a week, so as to enable. Mr. Ahmed,
Fine.
answer the question of the court. Don't
Fine.
waste the time.
Fine.
If you are not prepared, come prepared. You cannot make a construction with an order of the court without permission. So I'll dismiss it on the next day.
My lord.
1 week's time to prepare.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Obligement.
Supplementary list for motion item 16.
Make
Yes.
some instruction. Blood, so far as the election is concerned, blood, we are not able, if your lordship, I will hold the election. Only thing we wanted to brought to your lordship's notice is, blood, the tenure is generally 5 years from the date of first meeting. Blood, last elections was hold, blood, were held in December 2018. And perhaps, blood, there is no government as such, otherwise also, blood, if the first meeting is to be, which they had held, blood, was in January 2019. So, blood, and for holding the elections, blood, your lordship has also an earlier occasion given us time frame of 3 months, blood, because the procedure and electoral rolls have to be prepared. Now, blood, if that has to be considered, blood, then again, blood, perhaps only a month's time or more would remain, and thereafter again, blood, the entire exercise has to be carried out. So therefore, blood, we were trying to draw your lordship's attention to the analogy of Article 243E, my lord, where proviso. The language is also said that my lord, as per provision, if only
Let him
1 month.
Finish, let him finish. Yes. Yes. Yes.
243, my lord, it's regarding panchayat, my lord, not on the president or. My lord, will kindly see. Three, my lord. And one, your lordship, would be every panchayat unless sooner dissolved under law for the time being in force shall continue for 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting and no longer. And then 3, my lords, an election so and so be before the expiration of period of 6 months from the date of dissolution. And in our act, my lord, in section 10, is been given 1 month should not be hold, my lord.
Let us see. On what basis are you saying it will take 3 months to hold the election?
My lord, we have to my lord, obtain my lord, security my lord, seal from Maharashtra, Nasik security press. For special seal is provided for elections for sealing. And then my lord, from Mysore also ink has to be procured. And then my lord, the electoral rolls have to be prepared, my lord. And in earlier orders also, your lordship has been pleased to grant us 3 months time, my lord, for holding these elections. So, my lord,
Then you have to file an affidavit.
my lord, that is, my lord.
You have to file an affidavit stating all these things.
And since there is ambiguity, my lord, we have also proposed for amendment of section 10, my lord. Of course, my lord, that would come into play in
Section 10 of?
Panchayat Act, my lord. It is clear, my lord. Section 10, my lord. Your lordship would see the proviso. 1. My lord, the president has been removed on 8/6/2020.
Mr. Uddin, you have to address the court on the legal issue.
Lordship,
He is saying that otherwise there is no difficulty,
lordship,
but holding the election will take at least 3 months,
lordship.
which will take the proceedings to November end. And December, your term will expire. So for 15 days, why should this exercise be embarked upon?
My lord, there is a process also going on for delimitation, my lord. So it may not be heard.
So you give an undertaking that if it is held, then you will pay 1 crore rupees as cost.
My lord,
Because it is a meaningless, this will invite a huge
only
exercise.
for one, my lord, panchayat, my lord. So.
All right, you don't have a legal answer. Without that, you will not get relief. Come prepared. You file your affidavit. We'll have
Next,
it on 22nd of August.
yes, my lord, we'll file by then.
All right.
My lord,
You have to make legal submissions, Mr.
Lordship,
Uddin.
my lord.
These imaginary arguments will not work out here.
My
It
lord.
may not be held because of some
No, my lord,
problem.
regarding,
Somebody
my
will
lord,
not be.
three
comfortable.
months,
Make
my
all this
lord.
rubbish.
My lord,
argument.
regarding 3 months, my lord. It may not be 3 months, only within 2
So
months.
how long will it take? You give me a figure that it can be done within such and such date. If the court agrees, then you will be asked to supervise it.
My
And
lord,
hold
if
it
they
within-
file on affidavit, then again delay will be, my lord. This would be. We'll file
Maybe-
within a
maybe
week, my
20
lord.
Then the best course will be to dismiss it today. There
Within
will
1
not
week,
be-
let me file.
All right. Mr. Jiuddin, you have to meet his arguments on the law points.
Lordship.
Merely by asking will not do. He is saying today the court passes an order and they start the exercise. It's going to take about 3 months, by which time the panchayat itself will be dissolved. So this will be a wastage of public money and time, because the machinery used for holding the election will be doing an exercise which will end up being a futile exercise. You have to address that argument. If you can't, we'll accept it.
Right.
If it was, if the Panchayat's term was till 2024, then these arguments will have no validity.
Otherwise, my lord, section 10, my lord, saying that if not less than my lord 1 month.
So even if it is for not less than 1 month.
Yes, sir.
So that means what? By November first week, they will have to conclude it. You have to show that the elections can be held in 15 days. Otherwise, no relief.
Yes, sir, I'll go.
Mr. Ziauddin, Learned Counsel for the petitioner is present on the request of Mr. R. Dubey, Learned Standing Counsel, State Election Commission, and Mr. Devnath, N.K. Devnath, Learned Standing Counsel, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. This matter is directed to be posted again on 22nd of August 2023, so as to enable the Election Commission to file a short affidavit, bringing the legal arguments on record, opposing the prayer made in the writ petition. List this case accordingly. You made the legal arguments, otherwise it will not do.
May it please your lordship, on last occasion, lordship has directed me to produce the original report, my lord. The record is before my lord.
Where they heard, then
Lordship may as appropriate order, my lord.
without hearing them, how this
Lord,
order has been passed.
In a second meeting, their signature is not there. I have flag marked the relevant portion. The green flag, second green flag. Second green flag, my lord. Attendance sheet, my lord.
What do you have to say, Mr. Islam?
First meeting, there is a two meeting, the earlier meeting, it was, the petition was heard, but second meeting, court's order direction was given to observer and the peon was to be heard here. So there are.
Court said only observer and peon to be heard.
Earlier,
No,
their
ma'am.
case was there, the observer and peon.
But I heard Mr. P.K. Roy Choudhury, you don't have any submission to make. Why don't you say that? Why are you wasting the court's time? Consider it. Sometimes act like an officer of the court also. Mr. P.K. Roy Choudhury, Learned Counsel, appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Miss M.D. Bora. And look at her, she has produced the record and said they were not heard. You can also do that sometimes. M.D. Bora, Learned Standing Counsel, Corporation Department, Assam, appearing for the
1, 2, and 3, my lord.
respond numbers 1, 2, and 3. Mr. S. Islam, Learned Counsel, is present on behalf of respond numbers 5.
As a caveat.
5 to 8.
Only 5 is 5 caveat.
5. On the strength of a caveat. This writ petition has been, what are this date mentioned? 15 July 2023 is the order.
My lord.
Which takes note of happenings happening on 30th of July 2023. What kind of an order is this?
But it's all,
15 order was passed.
The order is passed on 15th of July 2023.
My lord.
It has referred to orders passed in 29th of July 2023. Proceedings are 30th of July 2023. What is this?
It's a mistake, my lord, in the third paragraph, my lord. But the hearing was conducted in the second line, my lord, the first paragraph. The hearing was conducted at the office of the undersigned
15 July
1723.
2023 passed by the Register of Cooperative Societies. That is the respond number,
It is 22 hobo like.
respond number 2. Affirming the earlier order dated 28/4/2023,
23.
by means of which the selection of the writ petitioner as the president of what is this, Naukuti Samabay Samiti Limited, and one Siddiq Ali as the vice president of the said Samiti were set aside. Agreed by the order dated 28/4/2023. The writ petitioner had approached this court by filing WPC number 2797 of 2023. Full stop. after taking note of the grievance expressed in the writ petition, the learned single judge had passed order dated 23/5/2023 in WPC number 2797/2023, staying the operation of the order dated 28/4/2023. By granting leave to the respondent number 2 to rehear the parties on the question of validity of selection of the president and vice president of the Naukuti, NAKHUT and Naukuti SS Limited, and pass appropriate order therein. By virtue of the interim order dated 23/5/2023, the petitioner has continued in office. First up, during the pendency of the above writ petition, the respondent number 2 has passed order dated 15/7/2023, affirming his earlier order dated 28/4/2023. The net result of the impugned order is that the petitioner would stand ousted from the office of from the post of President of Naukuti SS Limited. First time. The order dated 15/7/2023 has been primarily assailed on the ground that the said order was passed without hearing the petitioner and by placing reliance on Rule 34 of the Rules of 1953, which according to the petitioner's counsel has long been
repealed in
Repealed.
2012.
Has been repealed since the year 2012. Mr. Roy Chaudhary submits that had his client been given an opportunity of being heard in the matter, the said legal aspect would certainly have been pointed out before the respondent number 2, in which event the outcome of the proceeding would have been completely different. Full stop. I also find from the perusal of the order dated 15/3/2023 that there are several mistakes in the order pertaining to reference of dates whereby in paragraph 3 of the order, dates, events subsequent to the order dated 15/7/2023 have been referred to and taken note of for arriving at the impugned conclusion. In order to ascertain as to whether the petitioner was heard in the matter, the learned departmental counsel was asked to produce the records. Today, when the matter was called up, records have been produced, which clearly goes to show that the petitioner was not heard in the second hearing. First up, the fact of the matter is that the petitioner is affected by the order dated 15/7/2023, but he has not been heard before the order was passed. First up, there was no direction from this court to conduct ex parte hearing in the matter by ignoring the presence of the petitioner. If that be so, it is apparent that the impugned order dated 15/7/2023, besides being vitiated due to perversity, the same is also in violation. The same has also been issued in contravention of the principles of natural justice. If that be so, the aforesaid order is unsustainable in law and deserves to be set aside by this court. Mr. Islam has also not been able to make any submission to deny the assertion of the petitioner's counsel. In view of the above, this court is of the opinion that no practical purpose will be served by keeping the writ petition pending only for the purpose of issuing notice upon the private respondents whose interests are substantively represented by the respondent number 5 hearing. First up, in view of the above, the impugned order dated 15/7/2023 is hereby set aside. The matter is remanded back to the respondent number 2 to conduct a fresh hearing in the matter and pass pass an order after hearing the version of learned counsel for, hearing the version of all the interested parties, including the petitioner. The aforesaid exercise be carried out and completed as expeditiously as possible, preferably within 4 weeks from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. Records be returned back, the petition stands dismissed.
My lord, can I make a small prayer? Because I was given a liberty to urge in the subsequent writ petition of the grievances against the 28/4/23. So that stay order may continue till we are heard. Because we were continuing till with that order.
Needless to say, it would be open for the petitioner to urge all legal grounds as per the leave granted in the earlier order dated.
No, earlier order dated by the 23.
23.
No, not 20. This code.
8/8/23.
8823.
8/8/23.
Passed in WPC number
2797/23.
2797 of 23 at an appropriate stage at an appropriate stage as may be permissible under the law. At an appropriate stage. Yes, that's all.
Wait, your lordship. My lord, petitioner before your lordship, he is the elected president of Gulai Gaon Panchayat. And respondent number 7 is the, my lord, elected member of the that Gaon Panchayat. So he is having 3 children. That's why I made an application to the deputy commissioner as well as SDO as well as other authority.
Where
But
is
they
where
did,
is your representation?
my lord, that application, your lordship will find page 22, my lord. No, 22 for application. 22, 23, 24 days page, my lord. So that is for one is for before the BDO, one is as SDO civil, and one is before the city in Sukia. So they did not take any action till today. And thereafter again I submitted, my lord, page 35.
Yes, what do you have to say? You obtain instruction,
Lots.
will dispose it of.
My lord, problem is this, my lord, on 16, there is a no confidence motion. If he took part, then it will be, my lord. That's why I am submitting before your lordship. That some meeting protection should be granted, my lord.
What interim protection?
That he should be debarred, my lord.
Huh?
He should be debarred, that, my lord. But or my lord, he's my lord, he'll take part in the no confidence motion definitely on 16, my lord. So, my lord, that is subject to, my lord, his vote is subject to, my lord, result of this. Otherwise.
No, but how, then you have to argue full length on the case. How that order can be passed?
Oh,
My lord, the third child issue, there is no document to substantiate that.
No, that, my lord, I have made a statement, representative.
Right, you obtain instruction on 17, any resolution passed in the meeting shall not be given effect to till the next date.
My lord, that will be done. Correct.
Heard Mr. T.J. Mohanty and senior counsel appearing, assisted by Mr. P.P. Dattal and counsel for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. N. Goswami.
For 3 and 4 lots.
Mr. N.K. Devnath, Nane Standing Council, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Assam, appearing for the respond numbers
1 and 6.
1 and 6, and Mr. N. Goswami,
For 3 and 4 lots.
Planet Government Advocate Assam, for respond numbers 3 and 4. Who will appear for block development officer
He is a beautiful.
1, 5 and 6.
and chief electoral officer? No notice has been.
Chief electoral officer. I'll serve copy on, my lord. That is standing counsel. Mr. I'll serve a copy on Rakesh today. He's probably standing counsel.
With the petitioner's counsel submits that the respond number 7 has incurred disqualification due to contravention of the provisions of rule
Section 111 2, my lord.
section 111 bracket 2 of the Panchayat Raj Assam Panchayati Raj bracket amendment Act, is it?
Yes.
What is it? Please spell out.
Assam.
Panchayat Act 1994.
1990.
Assam Panchayat Act
1990.
1994 for having more than 2 children. And therefore, he is ineligible to participate and vote in the specially convened meeting to be held on 16/8/2023 for discussing the no confidence motion brought against the writ petitioner, who is the president of the
Number 1 Gulai Gaon Panchayat. Tinsukia.
number 1 Golai Gao Panchayat in the district of Tinsukia. Mr. Mohanto submits that the petitioner has already submitted representation before the deputy commissioner of the district on 29/6/2021, inviting the attention of the authority to the said anomaly.
Again on my 1/8/2023, madam. Last page 35.
Submitting representation dated 1/8/2023. Inviting the attention of the authority to the aforesaid issue. But notwithstanding receipt of the application submitted by the petitioner, no action has been taken for debarring the respondent number 7 from participating in the specially convened meeting. Full stop. Mr. Devnath Learned, Standing Council PNRD Assam, and Mr. N. Goswami, Learned Government Advocate Assam, have prayed for posting this matter again on 17/8/2023, so as to enable them to obtain instruction as to whether any action has been taken on the application by the Deputy Commissioner of the district on the application submitted by the petitioner. Prayer allowed. 1 extra copy each be furnished to the Learned Departmental Council. Since the special meeting is fixed on 16/8/2023. By way of an ad interim relief, it is submitted that if any resolution is adopted in the said meeting against the petitioner, the same shall not be given effect to until the next date fixed. List this case again on 17/8/2023 for motion.
My lord. In this point, already you are also passing judgment, my lord. This is actually covered, my lord. 11/2, my lord.
My plea, Lordship. My lord, the petitioner is a registered society of 1942, Lordship. It is having its building near Dispur.
Yes, what is the matter? Earlier notice you have withdrawn.
Because there is a nomenclature, defective on nomenclature. So that had been to recalled. Now the notices come, my lord. Now he is at due of more than 14 lakhs rupees to be paid. And this is a private market. He himself had admitted there are 70 shops are there.
Which page is the notice?
Lordship will find the type copy in page number 35.
So what do you want? You submit your reply. We'll ask them not to take any coercive action till the returnable date. You submit your reply.
That no opportunity was given for filing. We are not running the shops, Lordship. My tenants are running. They will take the trial license under section 180 of the GMC, Lordship.
As per
They should issue the notice to the tenants. Section 180 of the GMC provide that any person carries on the business or trade Lordship is to obtain trade license annually.
So they are the owner of the premises.
I am the owner of it.
He is the owner. He is running a private market. Our contention is that he is
So
running
you are saying that
he need to take a
supposing
permission.
Mr. X owns a building, he lets it out to someone to conduct a business. If that tenant does not obtain trade license, then the building owner will be responsible.
There is an act, my lord. Lord, there is an act, my lord, that the private, that the when person runs a private market, he has to take a permission. Here the permission is not only taken. He has
Private market means what? They are only tenant.
His contention is that they are tenant, they are running 70 shops are there. And this,
Yes, he has tenanted houses, he has let it out. What is the definition of a private market?
my lord, if lordship takes up the act, my lord,
Hmm.
My plea, this lordship, they are my
Just a
monthly.
minute.
there is the act, my lord, Guwahati Municipal Corporation Regulation and Use of Market and Slaughterhouse Bylaws, 1967. My lord, in
Mr. Bora, we'll set aside your notice on the next date. This is a completely wrong exercise, but let them file their representation,
lordship,
reply. That's all we'll give you. You better review what you're doing. You don't have any definition of a private market. What is the idea of private
my
market?
lord, there is a definition, my lord.
What is it?
Private market means a market not belonging to or maintained by the corporation. It is not run by corporation, it is run by that
And
particular
what is
association.
it- what is the definition of a market?
Market means any place where the person assemble for a sale and purchase of articles indicated for food, drinks, livestock, and other merchandise. This is the definition of market,
All
man.
right, let them reply. We'll see. But Mr. SP Royal and Council appearing for the writ petitioner, assailing the notice dated 7/8/2023, issued by the Joint Commissioner, Guwahati Municipal Corporation. The instant writ petition has been filed, inter alia contending that the shops are being run by the tenants of the petitioner, and therefore they have no liability to pay market fee as demanded by the GMC authorities. Wisdom. According to Mr. Roy, the authorities may proceed against the individual tenants as per law, but cannot fasten any liability upon the petitioner being the landlord of the tenanted premises. Mr. S. Bora, learned standing counsel GMC, has however contested the said assertion of the petitioner's counsel, but he seeks some time to obtain instruction and file affidavit. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks. Since Mr. Bora has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of all the respondents, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned standing council GMC, requisite in numbers, within 3 days from today. First up, heard on the prayer of interim relief. This said prayer will be considered on the returnable date. However, the petitioner to submit their reply in response to the notice dated 7/8/2023 within 15 days from today, enabling the GMC authorities to take a decision on the plea raised by the petitioner. It is, first of all, it is, however, made clear that no coercive action shall be taken against the petitioner in the matter in terms of the impugned notice dated 07/08/2023 without obtaining the leave of the court.
Oblige.
Wait, please. Here also the father of the petitioner has constructed a house, some type of house in the year 1983 after obtaining a plot of land, purchasing a plot of land. And the father of the petitioner died in the year 2019. So in the year 2022, the GMD and GMC had issued notice to the petitioner asking to submit the NOC of the building.
Where is 8/3/2023?
Look. 3/8, Lordship. Impute page 34, Lordship.
3/8.
3/8.
Then why have you written 8/3 in your synopsis? Into an order dated 8/3 you have written.
Oh, it's a typographical error, Lordship. 3/8, Lordship, at page 34, Lordship, Annexure 14.
So he says the GMD Act came into effect much later. Before that, the construction was raised.
Construction was-
So how
So
can you allege
Lordship will
violation?
Lordship will turn to page number 28. Prior to that, page number 27. He constructed the house without any permission. Then he came to the GMC to regularize, GMD for regularization. Then that is this order, planning permit is order dated 13/12/2022. 13/20/2022, he got a planning permit. Thereafter, he got a NOC, next page, my lord, from the GMC, setting the all the setbacks. So he cannot say that he has constructed and prior to the GMDA had come into existence. That he had
No,
come.
he says the construction was made by his predecessor,
Lordship.
but at a
That
time.
is, I am not denying on it, because they have come within the ambit of in the year 22, setting all the setbacks. Lordship will come to page number 28. These are the setbacks given to him. And now it has been found that these setbacks are not being kept by him. So there is a difference. Lordship will turn to the impugn order. Impugn order, Lordship will see what is maintained and what is being given in the fourth paragraph, my lord. Manner of development and construction existing Assam type house, not is approved is 1.8, maintained is 0.06, and so forth. All the setbacks he is not maintaining as per the NOC given to him. That's the.
No, but this Assam type house was constructed when?
That is constructed, maybe, I'm not denying it, he constructed earlier, but he took the NOC in the year 22. That's the difficulty, my lord. He took the NOC.
Return it. Return the NOC, you don't need it. As simple as that.
My lord, that he
When
came
they
with
did it without permission, then you had nothing to do. When they sought permission, now you'll break down.
But
What kind of
while
a
he
sentence?
sought permission, my lord, he has given the NOC as per we giving all the setbacks. He should have maintained it. Now,
All right, had Mr. S. Dekalani counsel appearing for the petitioner, assailing the order is at 3/8/2023, issued by the
Issued by the CO GMD.
respondent number,
my lord, respond.
respondent number 3,
Respondent number 3.
that is Chief Executive Officer, GMDA. Directing the petitioner to demolish part of the unauthorized construction within 10 days. The instant writ petition has been filed. Mr. Deka submits that the original construction of the Assam type house was made by the father of the petitioners prior to enactment of the GMDA Act
1985.
1985, which came into force in the year
1/4/1992.
which came into force with effect from 1/4/1992. As full stop, as such, at that point of time, there was no requirement of maintaining setback as has been projected in the impugn order 03 dated 03/08/2023. On such ground, the petitioner has prayed for setting aside the impugn order dated 3/8/2023 by holding the same as vitiated by complete non-application of my first of Mr. Bora, SC GMD on the other hand submits that although he cannot say if the Assam type house was constructed before the enactment of the GMDA Act, yet since the petitioner had obtained NOC for construction.
In fact, it is a regularization. He has applied for regularization, then they have regularized it.
And oblique or regularization of construction. Only in the year 2022, the authorities were justified in taking cognizance of the violation of setback as reflected in the Impugn order dated 3/8/2023. Full stop. After hearing the submission made at the bar, this court is of the opinion that the entire matter would require deeper examination. As such, issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks since Mr. S. Bora has appeared and accept notice on behalf of respond numbers.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Ms. S. Borwa, learned G. Assam for respond number 1 and Mr. S. Bora,
2, 3, 4, 5.
learned standing council GMDA to GMC for respond numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Service of notice is deemed to be complete on respond numbers 1 to 5. Extra copies of the writ petition, requisite in numbers, be furnished to the learned departmental council. Petitioner to take steps for service of notice upon respond number 6 by registered post with AD within a week from today. Just hard on the prayer of interim relief. Having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, it is hereby provided that operation of the impugn order dated 3/8/2023 shall remain suspended until further orders. The official respondents to bring their stand on record by filing affidavit facilitating early disposal of the writ petition.
Obliged. So respondent number 6 is a fictitious person. I do not know the address of this because we have given the address. Lordship, because this notices has been issued on the basis of his complaint. So therefore, I have given the address of the GMDA. Also, and typographical error may be allowed to correct.
Orders here vacating item 16.
May I please,
wait for
Lordship?
some time, my lord, to file my reply, my lord.
Lordship, otherwise I am not objecting to the prayer made in the writ petition, Lordship. My submission is that, Lordship, writ petition may be allowed, Lordship, with a direction to the respondent authorities to hold a fresh no confidence, to convene a fresh meeting, Lordship. Lordship may kindly come to the prayer of the writ petition, Lordship. They have prayed that, Lordship, the notice has been issued by the block development officer of the Anchalik Panchayat. Kindly come to, Lordship, page number 22. This is the notice, Lordship, they have challenged on the ground that it has been issued by the block development officer, Mankasar Development Block, Jangal. Ground is that, Lordship, section 15(5) of the Assam Panchayat Act specifies that notice has to be issued by the president of the Anchalik Panchayat. And, Lordship, law in this regard, Lordship, is well settled, Lordship. It is the president of the Anchalik Panchayat, Lordship. There is judgment of this honorable court also.
My lord, I don't have any, I cannot well object, my lord, since he's considering, my lord, but the only difficulty is, my lord, the lordship may give me the liberty, my lord, in the subsequent, my lord, if something is done, my lord, I should be, my lord, allowed to take all the grounds available, because there are some other issues, my lord, which should not be foreclosed. Because my
I
lord,
thought you were asking for an interim order in the subsequent writ petition, which you might like.
no, my
you
lord,
might be
not that,
filing
my lord.
some-
Only that, my lord, I may be allowed to take all the grounds, my lord, available, because this should not be seen as a concession on the other grounds. Since he is not, not objecting to my prayer.
Yes, yes, Lordship. Lordship may allow the writ petition, Lordship.
Because there are other,
authorities,
there are
Lordship, to
other,
hold the meeting, Lordship.
there are other issues, my lord, which I would like to raise, my lord, or would have risen here also, my lord, but then since he is, my lord, conceding, that should not be like coming the way, my lord, subsequently it should not come that I had considered in this petition, therefore these grounds cannot be
Whatever
urged.
subsequent is there, Lordship, they may prefer writ petition at any point of time, Lordship.
And my lord, allowing us to, my lord, urge all grounds, my lord, on merit, my lord, without prejudice to that, my lord.
So you are basically challenging notice dated 14/7/2023.
Yes, Lord.
What is the notice about? Let us see.
My lord, it's, my lord, by the block development officer for holding a meeting, my lord, of the, my lord, for removal of the both president and the vice president, my lord. That I challenge the ground that is without my lord, jurisdiction, as well as the president of the Anchalik Panchayat, who is, my lord, empowered to issue such a notice, not the block development officer. So therefore it was without jurisdiction.
Where is the notice?
Notice
Page number 22, Lordship.
22.
And who is the petitioner?
Petition the president, my lord.
Yes, what do you have to say, Mr. Devnath?
It's actually a dispute between the president and the members, he's representing the member.
And you are appearing for private respondent?
Yes, private respondents, Lordship. We are the requisitionist, Lordship. The requisition was submitted on 2nd of May 2023, Lordship, and it is in the month of August, Lordship. We are in August, Lordship. There has been no any logical conclusion to our requisition, Lordship. My only prayer is that, Lordship, as because this has been issued by the PTO, Lordship, let it be set aside. Let there be a direction to go ahead with a fresh special meeting, Lordship. Only that much, Lordship. And their purpose would also be served, Lordship, in that way.
So now what the president of the Gaon Panchayat will have to convene it?
Lordship, as per section 15.5, Lordship may kindly take up section 15.5 for a moment.
You tell me.
Lordship, section 15.5 says that, Lordship, once the requisition is against both the president and vice president, then it is the president of the Anchalik Panchayat who is to convene the meeting.
So this is against president and vice president?
This is against president and vice president, Lordship. So section 15.5.
Just a minute, brother. The situation has changed, my lord, in way. Now the president, vice president has become the president, my lord. Therefore, my lord, this and same allegations were leveled against both. Both of us will not approach this honorable court, my lord. The vice president has become a president. So therefore, the situation, there is, my lord, a change the situation where, my lord, therefore, that's what I'm saying, my lord. I may be allowed to take all the pleas.
The petitioner is the president.
Is the president.
Yes.
Now the vice president also against him, the no confidence was there. Now that no confidence, my lord, now the vice president has become the president. I don't know how, but that he has become. Anyway, so my lord, therefore, my lord, I'm praying, my lord, that even if the second, my lord, resolution is, my lord, or meeting is convened, my lord, I will be, my lord, I may be allowed to take all the grounds because, my lord, the second resolution in my humble submission will not be, my lord, as per, my lord, the earlier resolution, my lord, or, my lord, the notice, my lord, which they've
Lordship,
taken.
my humble
It cannot be done, my lord.
My humble submission would be, Lordship. Requisition is there, Lordship. It was submitted on 2nd of May 2023, Lordship. Lordship, in the issues,
I heard
Lordship,
Mr. M. Datta, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner. Also heard Mr. N.K. Devnath, learned standing counsel, PNRD Department, Assam, appearing for the respond numbers
256.
256.
6 in the IM.
No, writ petition,
In the writ petition 1, 3, 4, and 5.
1, 3, 4, and 5. The order is in writ petition. Also heard Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for respond number 2. Mr.
M. Ahmed,
M. Ahmed, learned counsel, is present on behalf of the
respondent number 6 to 12 and 14.
6 to 12 and 14. First up, the writ petitioner hearing, who was the president of the president of which?
Jhalarchar Nayagaon Gaon Panchayat.
Number 15, Jhalarchar dash Nayagaon, Gaon Panchayat, under South Salmara, Mankachar district of Assam, has approached this court by filing the instant writ petition, assailing the notice dated 14/7/2023, issued by the Block Development Officer, Mankachar Development Block, Jungle, convening a special meeting so as to discuss the no confidence motion brought against the president as well as the vice president of the aforesaid Gaon Panchayat, inter alia contending that when no confidence resolution is proposed against the president as well as the vice president of the Gaon Panchayat, the block development officer would not have any jurisdiction to convene the meeting under section 15 of the Assam Panchayat Act 1994. But it will be the president
of the Anchalik Panchayat,
of the concerned Anchalik Panchayat who alone would have jurisdiction to convene such a meeting. First up, Mr. Ahmed learned counsel representing the private respondents, that is the requisitionist, has fairly considered that the respondent number 4 did not have any authority or jurisdiction under the law to convene the special meeting. First up, he, therefore, submits that he would have no objection if the writ petition is disposed of by setting aside the impugned notice dated 14/7/2023 by granting leave to the authorities to convene the special meeting by following the prescription of law. Mr. Devnath and Mr. N. Goswami have also submitted that they would have no objection if the writ petition is disposed of accordingly. First up, responding to the above, Mr. M. Datta has argued that since the requisitionists stroke private respondents have considered his ground, hence the writ petition be disposed of by providing that further action in the matter be taken in accordance with law. Mr. Datta, however, reserves. Mr. Datta, however, seeks an order from this court reserving the right of his client to urge all such legal grounds if and when a subsequent writ petition pertaining to the same subject matter is brought before this court. By taking note of the submission made at the bar and in view of the stand taken by the learned counsel for the parties, with their consent and agreement, the impugned notice dated 14/7/2023 is hereby set aside. Liberty is granted to the respondents to take appropriate action in the matter by following the prescription of section 15 of the Assam Panchayat Act 1994. If so advised, writ petition stands, the interim order passed earlier stands vacated. The writ petition stands disposed of. Then you write, in view of the order dated so and so, IS stands disposed of.
Well, my prayer may also be allowed, my lord, because since the prayer I have made, my lord, the reservation to take all the grounds, that may also be.
Recorded.
Highly obliged.
Order implegnment of party item 17.
By granting the prayer of Mr. Datta and Datta learned counsel.
My lord, page 12. Page 12, my lord. We want to impede, my lord, 8, 9, and 10, my lord. These are the new parties, 8, 9, and 10.
Why you want to impede them?
My lord, because they are the authority, my lord, who will be dispersing the compensation amount, my lord. And there is an order of this court also, my lord. There was a submission, page 25, my lord. Order dated 31/5/2000.
Actually, heard Mr. F. Khan, learned counsel for the applicant. Also heard Mr. C. Borwa, learned standing counsel.
NHA for 4 and 5.
NHAI authorities. And Mr. J. Chutia, learned standing counsel KAC. As well as Ms. G. Hazarika, learned standing counsel Revenue Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. This IA has been filed by the writ petitioners seeking an order from this court for implement of opposite party numbers 8, 9, and 10
I can take notice for that.
as respondent numbers 8, 9, and 10 in the connected writ petition. Full stop. Mr. Khan submits that in the event the petitioners succeed in the writ petition, the newly implemented respondents would be responsible for disbursement of the amount of compensation, and therefore they are necessary parties to the connected writ petition. First up, the learned counsel appearing for the respondents have submitted that they would have no objection if the prayer for impleadment is allowed by this court. First up, having regard to the statements made in the IA as well as the submission made at the bar, this IA stands disposed of by granting the prayer made by the applicants. Full stop. As such, the OP numbers 8, 9, and 10
Can
be implemented as respond numbers 8, 9, and 10 in the connected writ petition. Yes, what are you saying?
I can take for this.
But I will not issue notice.
Oh, there.
Where will you take it from? The petitioner's counsel to file amended writ petition within 2 weeks from today. Let the writ petition be listed thereafter. IS stands closed. What notice he will take? Let him first submit the amended constant. Yes, 5 minutes.
10 to us, they will pay. It was late. It was late.
Yes.
My pleasure, Lordship. Lordship, this is a land acquisition matter. So my land, your Lordship, measuring 21 bigha, 15 less, your Lordship, it was acquired by the government for the ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, your Lordship, in the year 2013 itself. So till date, your Lordship, they have not paid a single farthing. Now, in the meantime, even they did not serve on us the compensation award also, your Lordship, by notification. Anyway, from other sources, I could come to know that my land has been, your Lordship, it has been acquired by some notification, and that acquisition, on the basis of that, on 18/6/15, they took possession also, your Lordship. And now, since then, your Lordship, there are a number of correspondence between the petitioner and the land acquisition officer, that is the deputy commissioner, your Lordship. And last communication was that is by representation, it is the annexure 13, your Lordship. And in the meantime, your Lordship, some of the partners, your Lordship, they preferred a revision against the notice given to them, your Lordship, considering that the compensation which has been given, your Lordship, it is too meager, it is inadequate and unreasonable, because per bigha of land, your Lordship, it was fixed at rupees 50,000. So as against that, they come to reference court, your Lordship, and that reference court land acquisition case is 22-23, your Lordship, the 13, your Lordship. In the reference case, what is
So
been,
that is a different matter. But first, your client's problem is they are not paying any compensation for the land. 51 bighas.
21 bigha, 15 less, your Lordship.
And what is the stand of the ITBP?
Lordship, ITBP, they are the not requisitioning officer. Officer is the land acquisition officer, is the deputy commissioner, your Lordship.
So what is he saying? Any affidavit filed?
Now he says that some other persons, your Lordship, one lady, your Lordship, she has claimed the property, your Lordship. But facts remain, your Lordship, she filed a suit against me for specific performance of the contract. Then there is an agreement for sale. So in that case, your Lordship, we appeared, I contested also. Thereafter, they failed to appear. They did not prosecute, your Lordship. That order I have.
All right, now this matter has to be finally disposed of.
Disposed of, dismiss, suit dismissed, your Lordship. There is nothing left here to be decided.
Correct. So the writ petition, what is the order required now?
Order required, your Lordship. The reference code is given already verdict, your Lordship, fixing the compensation, your Lordship, award at rupees
8 lakh 60.
So it can be disposed of at the admission stage.
Correct, your lordship.
You choose a date. It will not be possible today. We have some technical.
Today, your
problem.
lordship.
Today not possible.
Can it be your lordship on 29th or 31st August?
Yes, 31st August. Yes. Mr. S. Ali, learned counsel for the petitioner, submits that this writ petition is ready as regards pleadings and can be taken up for final disposal at the stage of admission hearing. As such, expressing urgency in the matter, the learned counsel for the petitioner has paid for posting this case again on 29/8/2023 as a fixed item. In the column of disposal at the stage of admission hearing. Mr. C.K.S. Borua, learned government advocate Assam.
No, CGC.
Learned CGC, and Mr. Vijay Talukdar, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. P.K. Medhi, learned counsel
For 2 and 3.
is present on behalf of respondent number 2 and 3, C.K.S. Borua for 1.
4 and 5.
4 and 5. Who is for 1? Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC, land revenue regulation, land and revenue department Assam for respondent number 1. In view of the request made by the petitioner's counsel, registered to list this case again on 29th of August 2023 as a fixed time.
31st of August.
29th of August.
Mercedes.
120.
Yes, yes.
May I please to lordship? Lordship, in this case, the petitioner filed some representation before the DC lordship. For inquiry into the matter of some anomalies done by the officials of Phakali Gaon Panchayat lordship. Lordship, after filing this petition lordship, they have conducted an inquiry lordship and filed affidavit lordship on 7 and 18/7 lordship. Inquiry report is there lordship, page 64. But it is not properly done lordship. Page 64 lordship of the affidavit lordship.
Then he approached the secretary, principal secretary, PNRD. Refer an appeal. We'll ask him to look into the grievance.
Yes.
Actually, this inquiry was conducted, the complaint was filed before the deputy commissioner, my lord. The complaint was filed before the deputy commissioner. Deputy commissioner, they have to send the matter to the CO. CO sent it to the BDO, and the BDO had authorized the assistant BDO to actually conduct the inquiry. And he had actually conducted it. Otherwise, one of the deputy commissioner himself also can.
Himself?
Well, deputy commissioner also can have the inquiry done, my lord, because
No, but he can, but why did he not do it? Who is your client? Who are they?
They are villagers lordship.
What is their grievance?
Lordship, the works are not executed properly lordship.
All right, you show me, substantiate your claim. Where are the pleadings? Which work has not been done
Lordship,
properly
Yes lordship.
and how? Yes.
Lordship, para 3 lordship first.
Misappropriation of money, lodge FIR. Lodge FIR, it's a cognizable offense. Lodge FIR and the police will register the case and investigate. Misappropriation of money is a cognizable offense.
Lordship.
Lodge an FIR. The writ petitioners herein are villagers of which village?
Phakali Gaon.
Phakali, under Phakali Gaon Panchayat lordship, they are Phakali lordship.
The writ petitioners herein are residents of Phakali Gaon Panchayat in the district of Nagaon. They had earlier submitted a representation before the deputy commissioner, bracket now district commissioner Nagaon, bracket close Nagaon, alleging certain anomalies in the matter of implementation of various schemes by the then secretary of the Gao Panchayat. Allegation is against secretary and CEO.
No, Lordship, actually, I have made representation for conducting inquiry, Lordship, and if he is found guilty, Lordship.
No, that no such inquiry can be conducted unless you give specific particulars.
Yes, Lordship, there is some
Where,
specific,
where is the specific particulars?
Lordship. Yes. Page 23, Lordship, earlier on, 23 and 24, Lordship.
Acha, Mr. So-and-so, learned counsel for the petitioner is present. You have your full instruction, it can be disposed of.
Madam, we filed an affidavit. on this.
You have filed,
We filed one.
no rejoinder is required. Huh?
But actually, the inquiry is not properly
Mr.
done, Lordship. That's
NK
my
Chaudhary, learned, NK Dev
Deva.
Chaudhary, learned standing counsel, PNOD Assam submits that affidavit on behalf of the department has been brought on record. Mr. Alam submits that there is no requirement for filing a rejoinder. If that be so, this writ petition shall be deemed to be ready as regards pleadings. Ms. S. Barua, learned government advocate Assam, is present on behalf of the respondent number 1. Respondent number 3, registered to list this case again in the second week of September for admission hearing. We'll dismiss it because we have not filed a rejoinder. According to them, they have conducted inquiry. Law will go by the requirement of procedure.
Lordship, then Lordship, one chance may be given, Lordship. I may be allowed to file it.
Then why did you say no? Yes, next matter, please.
Lordship,
My name is noted as NK Dev Chaudhary, Malay. So NK Devnath.
Oh, no, NK Dev Chaudhary, yes.
I have to satisfy on this point of delay, because last occasion, lots of us asked this delay point. So. okay.
What is this matter about?
Lots
What is the matter about?
matter that in Jorhat Municipal Town Committee, they have deposited my money in long back 35,000. They have for allotment of land. Neither land has been allotted nor money has been refunded now till today. So that is the case. Money is pending and this process is also continuing because they have not cancelled the project also.
So you want refund of the money?
Yes, what?
Who has taken your money?
The chairman, Jorhat Municipal, the Development Authority. Respondent 1 and 2 through the chairman. So I went the receipt of the money sitting there. 20 page
They are
20.
present before this court.
No, they have not appeared till today because all notice has been served. Everything has been served. But they have not appeared.
Would you please, Ms. Barua, would you please obtain instruction from respondent number 1?
We are not policy, sir. I think.
No, we'll ask you to do it. Jorhat Development Authority. Just find out. Otherwise, we'll direct personal appearance of the chairman.
Jorhat Development.
Development Authority, yes.
Yes, I can.
Let us just get 10 days time to tell her that if they don't come, then we'll direct personal appearance and direct the SP to arrest him and bring him. He cannot evade court's proceeding like this. Heard Mr. H. Raman and counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the averments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is seeking a writ of mandamus for refund of an amount of rupees 35,000 along with 18% interest by the respondents. Mr. Raman submits that despite service of notice, the respondent numbers 1 and 2 have not appeared in this case. Considering the nature of grievance expressed in the matter, this court requests Ms. S. Barua, learned government advocate Assam, to establish contact with the respondent numbers 1 and 2 and seek instruction apprising this court as to the reason for their non-appearance in the matter. List this case again after 2 weeks by showing the name of Ms. S. Barua, learned G. Assam in the cause list. 2 extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned group. To Ms. Barua within 3 days. List again after 2 weeks as a fixed item.
Okay, yes, sir.
May I please, your worship? My lord, this is, my lord, regarding ex gratia amount due to death of my husband, my lord, in road accident.
Yes,
Worship, no police report has been annexed with the petition. Police report is necessary, your lordship.
54, my lord, page 26, my lord, 54. 54
Page?
form, my lord, I have given here.
page 26.
Page 26, my lord. This is type copy, my lord. Next copy, this is.
Police report is there.
This is form 54, your lordship.
Then
Lordship may dispose of the matter instructing.
saying what?
Instructing the DC to verify the claims of the petitioner and thereafter the payment may be done. Your lordship.
Had Mr. A.F.N. Mullah Leonard Council appearing for the lead petitioner, also had Ms. G. Hazarika and Ms. Standing Council Revenue
And Bordello, your lordship.
Huh?
And Bordello.
and Border. Sorry. So Standing Council Revenue and Disaster Management Department also appearing on behalf of the respond numbers. Respond number,
And
Yeah.
for respond number 2.
is a totally right, Miss S. Barua, Leonard, Government Advocate Assam, appearing for respond numbers 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Miss N. Bordello for C Revenue and Relief and Rehabilitation for respond number 2, and Mr. H. Alia, Leonard SC Finance for respond number 3. First of all, the case of the petitioner is that her husband, namely, what is the name of the husband?
Ashraf Ali.
Her husband, namely, Ashraf Ali, had died on 22/1/2021 in a tragic road accident. First of all, as per the policy decision of the government of Assam, notified on 15/11/2014. Ex gratia compensation of rupees 2 lakhs is payable to the next of kin of the deceased in case of such a road accident. First up, the writ petitioner claims to have submitted a presentation dated 28/12/2021 before the Deputy Commissioner Dhubri, requesting for payment of ex gratia compensation of rupees 2,000. However, till date, no action has been taken on her representation, hence this writ petition. Today, when the matter was called up before this court, the learned departmental counsel. Who is respondent number 5?
This one number 5, my lord, content of police duty.
Has invited the attention of this court to the affidavit filed by the respondent number 5. A perusal of which goes to show that the husband of the petitioner had died in a fatal road accident which took place on 22/1/2021. It appears that based on FIR lodged in the matter, Chapar Police Case number 50/2021 has been registered under section 279/338/304 (A) capital A bracket close /427 of the IPC, and matter is and the police has submitted charge sheet. Now, matter is under investigation. So what is the charge sheet has been submitted? You don't know. You also
Now-
don't know. Now perhaps a sheet has been given now. Now a sheet has been. Police case has been registered. First, be that as it may, the learned Standing Council Revenue Department submits that since the incident is not disputed and no instructions have been received from the Deputy Commissioner of the district, this matter be disposed of with a direction upon the respond number. Respond number 4, that is Deputy Commissioner Dhubri, to examine the representation submitted by the petitioner and process the same in accordance with law for payment of ex gratia relief. First up, the learned counsel for the petitioner has also agreed to such a recourse. In view of the above, this writ petition stands disposed of with a direction upon the respond number 4 to examine the claim of the petitioner in the light of the standing government notification and thereafter process the same for payment of ex gratia compensation of rupees 2 lakhs if the same is found to be due and payable to the petitioner under the law. With the above observation, the petition stands disposed of.
Your pleasure.
Some time. The above exercise be carried out and completed within 3 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order and with the above observation. Deeply obliged.
Pleasure.
Item 26.
May I praise your lordship? Lordship, this matter pertains to non-payment of contractual rates, lordship. If they were to file affidavit, but a year has passed by, no affidavit has come by. And lordship, we are also preferred a representation that is also pending till date.
Yes, what do you have to say?
Lordship, I'm not the main party here. I'm just a facilitator who has passed an order. Like health department has to respond.
This matter pertains to non-payment of contractual dues. Mr. A. Kalita, learned counsel, is present on behalf of respond numbers.
I'm appearing for respondent number 1 and 3.
1 and 3. However, the main respondent, namely the Health Department, State of Assam, is not represented before the court today. In view of the above, registered to examine as to whether this matter pertains to Civil Bench 4/5 and list the case accordingly after 2 weeks.
Item 27.
May I please, my lord?
We'll be able to file our counter affidavit by next week.
My lord,
You
2
can
dates,
have
if they are,
Counsel is present for the petitioner.
By next week, we will be able to file our counter affidavit.
if they are filing it, fine, my lord. If not.
No, we are
it's an
filing it.
exercise. They have been taking time.
What is the matter about?
My lord, I had undertaken a contract with them. While I had entered into the contract, there were separate heads given for payment, my lord. Like stacking, transportation, every heads were given. I submitted my bills accordingly, they cleared it. After around 3-4 years, there was a CAG audit, wherein, my lord, the audit said that these two should be clubbed, this should be clubbed. Now what they are trying, they have already recovered from me, purportedly some excess that have been. Now they plea that they take is I have not even done those works. Then how did you clear my bills, my lord, in the first instance?
Right, Mr. B.K. Singh, learned FCI, submits that affidavit on behalf of the department will be positively filed within
By next Wednesday, my lord.
by next means 16th,
Not 16, my lord.
Thereafter.
within 23rd of August
20.
2023 by serving advance copy upon the petitioner's counsel. In view of the above, this matter stands adjourned for 2 weeks.
Lordship.
Since the central issue in the writ petition pertains to payment, non-payment of contractual dues, registered to examine as to whether this matter pertains to Civil Bench 4/5 and.
Well, it's not exactly payment, non-payment of contractual bits, it's recovery. Recovery from me of
And last line is not required.
much of it.
Obliged, ma'am.
The interim order may be extended. There is an interim order, no coercive action.
Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Much of it.
Item 20 and 29.
In this case, my lord, our affidavit is ready. We send it for vetting, my lord. Only by 23rd, we'll file the affidavit, my lord.
Mr. So-and-so is P.
PJ Dutta.
PJ Dr. Learned Counsel is present for this petitioner. Mr. J. Chutia, Learned Standing Counsel KSC, submits that the affidavit on behalf of the council is ready and shall be brought within 10 days from today. He therefore seeks posting of this matter again after 2 weeks. Chair allowed, Mr. C. Borua, Learned Standing Counsel, NHAI, is present on behalf of the other respondents on the request of Mr.
Lordship, I am for 3 and 10.
Huh?
I am for 3 and 10. RK Talukdar, NHIDCL and NHAI, Lordship, different.
What is the respondent number?
2 and 7.
It's Mr. C. Borua for respondent numbers 2 and 7 and
3 and
Mr.
10.
RK Talukdar for respondent numbers 3 and 9 are also present. List accordingly.
Lordship, we fix a date, Lordship.
After 2 weeks,
Lordship, several times they have taken time, Lordship.
it will come after 2 weeks.
Lord, bless.
Item 30.
2 cases. no?
May it pleases your lordship, my lord, in this matter, the caste certificate cancellation by the SSLC is challenged. On 14th, 12th notice was issued, both the main and as well as in the interim prayer. Since our specific grievance was that the vigilance report was not submitted, the court's order directed the state government to file the response before that, my lord. But the state hasn't filed any response till now. However, the complainant, the private respondent, has filed there. Lord, do that, I will file my reply, but state response is important, my lord, because my specific grievance is that you have cancelled my caste certificate, which was granted on the basis of some vigilance report under the mandate of the concerned office memorandum. They are required to give this to us, which was not given. So let them produce the record on the next date and file a response.
Instruction awaited, Lordship.
This is notice was issued on 14 December 22.
You are expecting notice instruction from whom?
WPT department, there is a standing council, and we are appearing for one deputy commissioner and 1, 4, 5 and 7.
Mr. K. Goswami, and senior counsel is present on behalf of the
Sometime
petitioners.
before, my lord, Mr. Thor has just informed me that WPT department perhaps has merged or something has happened. The line key government of
Is
bifurcated.
present on behalf of petitioners and submits that he be granted 2 weeks time to file rejoinder in response to the counter affidavit submitted by the private respondent number 8. Mr. Goswami, however, contends that affidavit of the state will be necessary in this case. Ms. S. Borua, Leonard G. Assam submits that instructions are still awaited. Mr. K. P. Pathak, Leonard Counsel is present on behalf of the respondent number 8. Having regard to the facts and circumstances of the case, this matter is directed to be listed again after 3 weeks by showing the name of Mr. R. Dhar, Leonard Government Advocate Assam in the cause list. In the meantime, the official respondents may file affidavit.
Deeply obliged, madam.
Item 32.
May it please your lordship. Lordship, the matter concerns seizure of some firecrackers by the GMC, my lord, from my possession. Initially, I had license to sell the same, but the license was for the period of during the Diwali period in 2022. I could not sell it because of rains, my lord. And thereafter, GMC seized it. Our grievance is that, my lord, GMC does not have the jurisdiction to seize the firecrackers, my lord, and the authorities that have the jurisdiction to seize are provided in Rule 128.
You are seeking disposal.
Lordship, yes, your lordship.
Today
because-
will not be possible because of some technical problem. This court is not available for a few days from tomorrow.
Lordship. Any day, madam.
I can't type out an order today.
Lordship.
Any day, madam. Lordship will fix it.
And an early day.
It is submitted at the bar that this matter is ready and can be taken up for disposal at the stage of admission hearing. As such, on the request of Mr. S. Then I counsel for the petitioner registered to list this case again for admission on 29th of August 2023. As a fixed item.
Much
Mr. S. Borol and his SC GMC is present.
Item 33.
May it please your loss, madam.
Yes.
I beg your lordship attention to page 48, my lord. It's a matter covered by your lordship's order. My lord, in the Gorpara district, Balijan Revenue Circle survey was not, part operation could not be completed because of the non-availability of the records which could not be placed by the petitioners, landowners to the settlement authorities.
So what is the grievance? No
Now,
survey.
now I beg to draw your lawful attention to page paragraph 5, my lord, petition, page 22. For the present petitioners, my lord.
What is your stand?
We have filed our affidavit lordship. Already settlement has been done and lordship survey was done and settlement has been already given lordship. After furnishing notices lordship, that they have not participated at that time lordship.
Then this matter will have to be heard.
No, my lord, we have filed our affidavit annexing the voluminous documents. And which could not be translated because, but it will be very easy for the and convenient for the official staffs at the field, my lord, to produce vernacular papers, my lord. So if if the similar order is passed, we will place all these materials before them, my lord.
No, he said there was a survey conducted, you
Yes.
did not participate.
No, yes, my lord, this is in the earlier case also, this was the same situation. This bandit mate was not available, it was not feasible on the
You
part.
concede that this can be disposed of.
No.
All right, heard Mr. M.H.R. Goyal, learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate appearing for the respond numbers
3, 4, 5 and 6.
3, 4, 5 and 6, and Ms. G. Hazarika, learned standing counsel, revenue department. Some appearing for respond number
1 and 2.
1 and 2. Since the learned government advocate Assam has disputed the submission of Mr. M.H.R. Bhuya, that this matter is covered by the previous judgment of this court rendered in WPC number
8033, 2019, my lord. Page
8033 of 2019. The writ petition will have to be taken up and decided on its own merit. As such, registered to list this case again in the second week of September 2023. That's a fixed date. Second week of September.
Item
35.
In this case, my lord, we have filed the affidavit, my lord. Affidavit is not on the record. They may file a rejoinder.
Mr. M. Monto, learned counsel is present for the petitioner. Mr. J. Chutia, learned SCKSC submits that affidavit filed on behalf of the council yesterday.
The 10/8/2023.
10/8/2023 is not on record. Mr. Mohanto seeks some time to obtain instruction and file rejoinder if so advised. In view of the above, registry may tag the affidavit filed by the council. with the
Respond number
record of this-
6.
yes, filed by the respond number 6 and list the matter again after 3 weeks. In the meantime, the petitioner may file rejoinder
Lord.
affidavit if so advised. Please.
Item 36.
May I please, lordship, in this case, my lord, the petitioner claims excessive benefit, my lord, from the respondent authority, my lord. This similar case has, and the petitioner also submitted application, my lord, before the respondent authority, my lord, at case 24, my lord, for ex gratia benefit, my lord. So let the respondent authority verify the claim of the petitioner, my lord. If he is entitled, my lord, then
We have received the instruction from the superintendent of police laws. There's an accident laws. Subsequently, search it was filed laws.
Accident took place.
Lots.
Then everybody, not the DC.
Consider lots.
Okay, you can take now, disclosure. You tell me when to stop. Heard Mr. W. Rahman and counsel for the petitioner also had Ms. G. Hazarika, learned SC Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Assam, appearing for respondent number 1. Mr. H. Alia, learned SC Finance Department, Assam, appearing for respondent number 2, and Mr. N. Goswami, learned Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers 3,
4, 5, and 6.
First up, the case of the writ petitioner in a nutshell is that her husband, namely late Mujahid Ali, had sustained grievous injury in a road accident which took place at Mukalmua Kalita Kuchi Road under Hajo Police Station on 16/10/2020. First up. Subsequently, late Mujahid Ali succumbed to his injuries on 20/10/2020 while receiving treatment in the hospital. First up. An FIR was lodged and based on which Hajo PS case number 1356 of 2020 was registered under section 279/304 bracket capital A bracket close of the IPC. According to the petitioner, she is entitled to ex gratia relief amounting to rupees 2 lakhs as per notification dated 15/11/2014 issued by the government of Assam. First up. Accordingly, a representation dated 3/8/2022 was submitted by her before the Deputy Commissioner, Kamrup Rural. That is the response number 3 herein seeking ex gratia relief. However, no action has been taken on her representation till today. Hence this petition. Mr. Goswami submits on instruction that the accident, as per instruction, submits on instruction that on verification, it was found by the concerned authority that the accident did take place wherein the husband of the petitioner had suffered grievous injury, ultimately leading to his death. And therefore, as per notification dated 15/11/2014, the claim for payment of compensation is liable to be considered. First up. Similar is the stand of learned counsel appearing for the other official respondents. If that be so, this writ petition stands disposed of with a direction upon the respondent number 3 to examine the representation dated 3/8/2022 submitted by the petitioner in the light of the standing government notifications. First up. On such examination, if it is found that the petitioner is entitled to ex gratia compensation for the accidental death of her husband, necessary steps as may be permissible under the law, be initiated for release of the amount. The aforesaid exercise be carried out as expeditiously as possible, but not later than 3 months from the date of receipt of a certified copy of this order. With the above observation, the writ petition stands disposed of.
37 also similar, madam. Similar case, madam. 37 also. Husband of the petitioner died, madam. Yes, son
So
of the
husband's name is
petitioner.
Jayanta Das. From the synopsis, you made the changes. And this is Kamrup Rural, same respondent number.
In this case, the process has been initiated by the Deputy Commissioner, requested the circle officer to provide all documents to the petitioner lodge.
So we'll pass the same order.
Lodge.
Let her examine.
In
it.
this case, police report is not there. Lodge.
Hmm?
Police report is not there. Lodge.
FR is there, my lord, and all the other necessary documents are there, my lord.
The synopsis is there. Dispose of.
My pleasure, Lordship. Lordship, in this case, the pleadings has been exchanged completed, Lordship. On last Friday, Lordship, we have filed the rejoinder affidavit, but today, however, it is not on record, your Lordship.
Mr.
H. Mozumdar.
H. Majumdar, learned counsel for the petitioner submits that the rejoinder affidavit filed with the petitioner last Friday, that is on
11/8.
2023 is not on record. As such, on the request of learned counsel for the parties, this matter is directed to be listed again by tagging the rejoinder affidavit with the record of the case. Ms. M.D. Bora, learned SC
Transport Department.
Department, Assam, and Mr. N. Goswami, learned GA Assam are present on behalf of the respondents.
Lordship, may fix the matter in the month of September first.
No, Lordship, there is an urgency. Because
It's been listed.
Lordship,
They
keep the
kept-
acknowledgement. Lordship made business, matter related to contractual Lordship, service, your Lordship.
The mention was made in the morning.
Lordship, they filed an affidavit, copy has been served on us just few minutes back, my lord. We'll file a reply, a short date be given because already 3 months have gone by, your Lordship.
Please
We are
be
not
clear,
allowed
and
to do
senior
the work.
counsel for the petitioners submits that, petitioner submits that copy of the counter affidavit filed by the respond number.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 has been served upon her this morning, and therefore, how much time you want?
Lordship, matter may
2
fix in
weeks' time.
29, your
Granted.
Lordship.
For pending instruction and filing rejoinder, if so advised. Ms. R.
Kakoti.
Kakoti, learned counsel is present on behalf of respond numbers 1, 2, and
3.
3. Only 3 respondents, right?
Yes, Lordship.
And submits that she has no objection to the prayer is allowed. In view of the request made by the petitioner's counsel, let this matter be listed again on
29.
31st of August 2020. 31st. Yes.
On Wednesday.
For orders, item 14.
Why this contempt application has been filed?
Mr. S. Banik, how many respondents?
One.
Sole respondents,
Yes.
8 weeks. Contempt. case.
Item 41 and 42.
May I please, your lordship? My lordship. I'll make short of it now.
My lord, Mrs. Sumitra Sharma appearing on behalf of respondent number 1 in item number 42, my lord. She is out of station, my lord. Kindly adjourn the matter for today, my lord.
Only small matter, my lordship. The Honorable High Court passed order, my lordship, directing the respondent authority to conduct a meeting, my lordship, special meeting. Till date, that meeting has not been convened, my lordship. I filed contempt also. I am ex-president, my lordship. All right, Mr. S. B. Lashkar, counsel is present before the court today. Since a prayer has been made on behalf of respondent number,
Respondent number 1 in
One.
item number 42. Contempt.
by
matter.
contending that Ms. S. Sharma Lani G. Assam is out of station, and therefore the matter be posted again on 17th of August 2023. This writ petition is directed to be posted again on 17/8/2023 as a fixed item. Mr. N.K.
Devnath, madam. I'm
Devnath,
appearing for respondent numbers 1, 3, and 5.
Direct counsel is present on behalf of respondent numbers 1, 3, and 5. 17th, we are fixing it on 17th.
Obliged.
One appears for the petitioner on call. The petitioner's counsel was absent even on the previous occasion when the matter was called up before this court. Mr. N. Goswami, Ghana Government Advocate Assam, and this is ex gratia, will not dismiss it.
Lordship.
Ms. N. Bordole, Learned Standing Counsel Revenue Department, and Mr. H. Alia, Learned SC Finance are present. However, considering the subject matter of the case, this petition is directed to be listed again after 4 weeks.
Item 44.
Please, your lordship. Lordship, my senior counsel is on legs, lordship. Lordship, matter may be taken up.
What is this IA for?
My lord, IA is only to bring to your lordship notice that there was an interim order not to take further action. But well before that order, my lord, in December, we have my lord, deducted the amount. So it was done much before that.
No, but where is the affidavit?
I filed an affidavit, my lord, application for modification of that order. In fact, it should have been an affidavit. I filed it for modification of the order. IA number, my lord, this IA I filed, my lord.
IA number?
IA number. Huh? 1149. my lord.
And what is your case?
Lordship, I'm a contractor, Lordship, in FCI, Lordship, handling and transport contractor. Lordship,
Let it
All
come
right,
after.
on the
after
prayer of
2
learned
weeks.
counsel for both the sides, this matter, this IA be listed again after 2 weeks. In the
Lordship.
meantime, the OP read petitioner may file objection if so advised.
Lordship, I have for staying of respondent number 2, Lordship.
Why you want to strike out?
Lordship, he has no role to play, Lordship.
Who is respondent number 2?
Commissioner Secretary of the Assam, Lordship. Respondent number 2. Department
Mr. D. Dole, learned counsel for the applicant is present. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, and Ms. N. Bodole, learned SC Revenue Department Assam are present on behalf of the respondent. This IA has been filed with a prayer to strike off the name of the respondent number 2, that is the Commissioner and Secretary to the Government of Assam, Dispur, Guwahati, from the array of parties. Mr. Dole submits that the respondent number 2 has no role to play in this case, but he has been wrongly included in the writ petition. I have perused the statements made in the writ petition. The learned departmental counsel have submitted that they would have no objection if the prayer made in the IA is allowed. In view of the above, the name of the respondent number 2 be struck off from the array of parties. The applicant to file amended cost title within 2 weeks from today. Amended cost title in the writ petition within 2 weeks from today. I stand disposal.
Order 46.
Lordship, regarding that payment of their stock, Lordship, we are maybe permitted to take out from the, due to this interim order, Lordship, we are restrained from taking out the petrol stocks there, Lordship. We may be allowed to take out the stocks from there and sell it and give them the money, Lordship.
Near about
And-
18 lakhs I have invested, Lordship. My agreement is not.
What is this IA? Who has filed this IA?
I have filed this IA, Lordship, seeking for a direction, Lordship, for reconstitution of the retail outlet in view of the policy guidelines of 2018. Because their clause 5 and 6 itself said that if the proposal or application is made by the aggrieved party, then the authority may consider subject to paying some penalty, Lordship. Lordship, you kindly come to page 40. It starts from page 46, page 48, Lordship. 48 and 49.
I am for respondent number 2 and 3, Bharat Petroleum. We have terminated his license, Lordship.
So he wants no reconsideration.
Reconstitute. To that effect, Lordship, we will file our affidavit because that application for reconstitution was made after termination, Lordship. And there's stocks in this firm, Lordship. We have restrained from this in interim order, so we cannot.
So why don't you allow this stock to be taken out
Yes,
without?
if they, Lordship, paid the Lordship, I have no objection, Lordship.
if they-
So far the product stock is concerned, Lordship.
Hmm.
Because already 3 months left, Lordship. There is lots of considerable period, Lordship. They're diminishing the quantity also as well as price in this also. Lordship, I have given the chart, Lordship, in paragraph.
Reconstitution, can you do it by IA? I have my doubt anyway.
Lordship, that is a Lordship.
Or
kindly
Mr. Edekal in the writ petition and counsel for the, in the writ petition and IA both together. Appearing for the writ petitioner. Also had Mr. S.S. Roy, Lannis, counsel representing the respondent numbers 2 and 3.
In paragraph 6, I have
Assailing the order of termination of petroleum dealership granted in favor of the petitioner. The petitioners, the instant writ petition has been filed. In the meantime, the applicant, the writ petitioners as applicant have approached this court. In the meantime, during the pendency of the writ petition, the applicant, you write like this, the writ petitioners as applicants have approached this court by filing IA bracket civil bracket plus number 2266 of 2023, seeking an order of this court for reconstitution of partnership, constituting the applicants to writ petitioners. Mr. Roy submits that he would file objection stroke affidavit in the IA, but contending that there is substantial stock of petroleum product presently lying unutilized in the depot of the petitioners. The respondent numbers 2 and 3 be granted liberty to take out the same.
And sell to the other dealer.
In paragraph 6, I have put it there.
And sell the same to other dealers, comma, the proceeds whereof will be deposited with the petitioners.
Near about 18 lakhs 51,000. They have admitted.
Mr. Decca submits that the total value of the petroleum products lying in the depot of the petitioner is valued at 18 lakhs.
18 lakhs
Rupees 18 lakhs,
51,130.
130 bracket approx. And he would have no objection if the aforesaid amount is given to his clients after, in lieu of the petroleum products lying in the depot. Full stop. After taking note of submission made by learned counsel for both the sides, these matters are adjourned for 3 weeks so as to enable the respondent numbers 2 and 3 to file affidavit in IS civil number 226 of 2023. In the meantime, the respondent numbers 2 and 3 is granted liberty to withdraw the petroleum products from the depot of the writ petitioners in lieu of payment of a sum as indicated above. Full stop. Let the matters be listed accordingly.
So within a time frame, they should.
Lordship,
pay the
within
amount.
3 weeks, Lordship, it will be taken.
You do it and file the application.
So earlier interim that may be continued. Also. Earlier
Interim order
that-
passed in
30th of June.
dated 13/6/2023 shall
That
continue.
was restraining us to Lordship.
So the liberty is granted.
Now,
Stands modified to the above extent.
Lordship.
13/6/2020.
This is regarding lordship, the lease lordship. Also kindly have page
Because
25.
the last line
Till
was
the
no
next
corrective
that
action.
rest
Then
of
we'll
what
withdraw all
12,
orders. If you can't agree on this simple, let's see. What is the order?
Page 25, IA lordship. Till the next returnable, the respondent number 2 and 3 shall not take any coercive steps for execution of lease or sublease for the land of the retail outlet. But here also IS for the.
Subject to the above observation, the interim order dated 13/6/2023 will continue to operate.
Lordship.
Obliged.
May please, Your Lordship. But the service upon the respondent number 3 to 5 is not yet completed. Notice was issued on 7/8/2023. Office note dated 7/8.
So it should be listed for admission.
Hello, but the service has not yet been completed.
So you have to take fresh steps.
Notice was issued, Malad, 7/8/2023. Well, there is no office note returned back. The. Malad, to left.
10/8/2023 says no track report has been received.
Has been received from the section, Malad. But your lordship will sign the, find the above office note, 7/8/2023. Notice was issued by the registry,
So await service.
await service.
Heard Mr. B. Kaushik, learned counsel for the petitioners. There is office note dated 7/8/2023. Await service report on respondent numbers 3, 4, and 5. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam is present on behalf of the official respondent. Let the matter be listed accordingly.
Interim order.
Interim order passed earlier to complete.
Highly recommended. The today fixed for instruction, my lord.
Yes.
Into the last order, my lord. 7-8.
Yes, what is the matter about?
My lord, in this case, my lord, we are the government members, my lord. We got requisition against the respondent number 8, my lord, President, my lord.
Hmm.
And you know, in this case, the, my lord, the secretary as well as the Anshalik Panchayat, they all failed to hold a meeting according to the our requisition placed before the deputy commissioner. But in despite having the limit, deputy commissioner held that secretary has crossed the limit of the 15-1. Accordingly, my lord, directed fresh for requisition. So you are agreed that order we have before this court, my lord. And despite having given, he's supposed to hold a meeting, my lord. That is our.
You have instructions.
My lord, we were actually supposed to get instructions from the deputy commissioner and the ADC. We had actually sent communications, my lord, on the 9th of this month, but we did not receive anything as yet from them.
It's another 2-3 months, everything will be over.
Yeah, our only submission, my lord, then let him hold a meeting, my lord, time bound given that 15 days, the deputy commissioner as per 15-1 to hold our meeting, my lord. That is our submission, my lord.
That is what, that's the ultimate submission.
My lord,
That is all you want.
My lord,
What else do you want?
My lord, my humble submission, this is the third occasion, my lord, all the same day, same.
Why he is not giving instruction?
He hasn't, my lord. There's no communication as such. So why is not doing?
Then let him come personally. We'll call him.
He represents the
Direct
deputy
personal
commissioner.
appearance.
Huh?
Huh?
We have received several
Yes.
instructions.
What is the instruction?
Lordship. Lordship, Commissioner did not convene the meeting law. So as per provision 15-1 of the Assam Panchayat, as the secretary, Manipur Nisar has already violated the provision of prescribed in section 51 of the Assam Panchayat Act by not conforming to the prescribed timeline and convening any meeting in this situation. Lordship.
This matter will have to be heard then.
Yes, my lord. My lord, admittedly, my lord, no violation on the part of secretary, if your lordship see the time limit, my lord. Lordship, already.
I heard Mr. P.K. Dekal, council for the period. But what is there in it? Another 2-3 months,
Lordship.
everything will be over.
My lord.
We will hear and deliver the judgment in January. The panchayat term is coming to an end in December.
Absolutely, my lord.
Then what is there in it?
Only few months remain. My lord.
Yes.
So, my lord, can it be on Friday, my lord?
All right.
Lordship.
On the request of Mr. P.K. Dekal, counsel for the petitioner, this matter is directed to be posted again on coming Friday. So as to enable, Friday is a holiday.
Holiday.
Monday.
Then Monday, my lord.
Next Monday, so as to enable Mr. Goswami to place the instructions received from the Deputy Commissioner Hailakandi in proper perspective.
Obliged, my lord.
Supplementary list for order item 56.
May I please, your lordship? But in this case, the petitioners were required to take steps in respect of respondent number 6. On 3 occasions, steps were taken. But that, after the filing of the petition, he was subsequently transferred to somewhere else. We do not know the proper address of the respondent number 6. The office note, if your lordship is pleased to peruse, office note dated 10/8/2023.
So you want her name to be struck off?
Yes, my lord.
Name to be struck off? What do you have to say?
Lordship, I have not received any copies, your lordship, in this matter.
Mr. Your name is A. Ali.
A. Ali.
Counsel for the petitioner submits that despite steps having been taken earlier for service upon the respondent number 6, notice could not be served upon the said respondent as his correct postal address and whereabouts are not known to the petitioners. Under the circumstances, Mr. Ali has prayed for striking out the name of respondent number 6 from the array of parties. Full stop. The prayer is not opposed by Ms. G. Hazarika, learned
And borderline.
learned Standing Council Revenue Department Assam, as well as Ms. S. Barua, learned Government Advocate Assam, appearing for the official respondents. full stop. The learned departmental council have however submitted that they have not received extra copies of the writ petition.
Received, Lordship, and I have, we also filed.
Ms. Bordoloi, however, submits that she has not received extra copies of the writ petition for obtaining instruction and for filing affidavit. In view of the prayer made by the petitioner's counsel, the name of the respondent number 6 is hereby struck off from the array of parties. The petitioner's counsel to file an amended cause title in this case within 2 weeks from today, and also furnish copy of the writ petition, extra copies of the writ petition to Ms. Bordoloi, so as to enable her to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Let the matter be listed accordingly. Yes.
Obliged, Your Lordship. Item 57.
May I please? Lord, in this case, service is complete, Lord, as per the official dated 10/8/2023. So the matter will be listed for admission.
Mr. A. Ali, learned counsel for the petitioner, has referred to the Nawajima Court order dated 10/8/2023 to submit that service of notice is complete in this case, and therefore the matter be listed for admission.
May submit lodge. According to our instruction, let it impact trust lodge. The impin order has been withdrawn lodge.
Which is the impugned order?
The palak number.
Mr. M. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, however, submits that the order dated
Palak number is 27 lodge.
which is the impugned order dated,
27/2022.
which page?
62 lodge. That's the
Order dated 02/07/2022 bracket annexation 9. Issued by the Sadar Kazi, Vishwanath Charyali, has already been withdrawn, and therefore the writ petition has become infructuous. A copy of, is there a copy of withdrawal?
lodge. I'll provide him lodge.
Yes, I have not received any copy.
Do you have a copy which shows that it has been withdrawn?
Lodge.
Where is it? Show me. Mr. Goswami has produced a copy of the order dated so and so in support of his above argument. Ali prays for some time to verify. No, in support of the argument not required, this is not legible. Mr. Ali prays for some time to verify and make further submission in this case. Ms. G. Hazarika, learned standing counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, is also present. On the request of Mr. Ali, this matter is directed to be listed again after 3 weeks
Lodge.
in the admission column.
Milord, obliged. Milord.
For hearing item 49.
Wait, His Lordship. Here, I have instruction to withdraw the matter, my lord. The last
Withdraw?
occasion, yes,
Not press.
not press.
I think it's a smart decision.
Very discussion with the
You are
client.
walking into a very, very difficult zone.
He has done a very wise thing.
Yes.
Mr. S. Biswas, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioner, submits that he has instructions from his client not to press this writ petition, and therefore this writ petition be disposed of as not pressed. Mr. A. Dasgupta, learned senior counsel assisted by Ms. B. Das, is present and submits that he would have no objection if the prayer is allowed. Taking note of the submission made by learned counsel for the parties, this writ petition stands disposed of as not pressed. Is there a IA here?
No, my lord.
No IA.
This took 12 years. Lord. This case was filed in the year 2012.
Right, my lord.
All right, any other matter? Any part 2 matter? Anybody? Original